What's up guys, my name is Timbo and I know what you're thinking. What is happening in the background of this video right now? This here is the demo for NBA Live 18. I fully understand that there's a pretty good chance a large portion of my audience is unaware or disinterested in this game, being that my channel is mainly centered around Destiny, but even with that being said, this game is what inspired this short video. So any prior knowledge of this game isn't required to understand what I'm going to talk about. I've run out of Destiny 2 gameplay, I don't want to touch Destiny 1 anymore, and since this game relates to what I'm talking about, it's going to be the footage I'm using. You may not be aware of this, but I've played my fair share of sports games. When I was younger, Madden and the show were really all I did, so going back to these games years later brings back a lot of memories as well as reminds me how bad I am at these games. Now in NBA Live 18, and granted a lot of sports games that have come out in recent years, there's a mechanic that all other games seem to not include. One of the more popular features in sports games these days, so much so that it seems like a prerequisite at this point, is a My Player mode. There have been a few different ways games have implemented this mode, but most come down to you putting your likeness into the game and living out your fictional career as a professional player. Some of these go more in depth than others by adding story modes, cutscenes, decisions, etc. In the past, when I was playing these games, there was a simple character creation menu where you would have different face shapes, skin tones, hairstyles, stuff like that to have, but over time this mode has evolved. The feature I want to talk about is face scanning technology, which you can see here done in the gameplay. So in NBA Live's case, you can download an app on your phone, go into a room with good lighting, look at the camera, and then turn your head back and forth a bit, and eventually the app will create a 360 scan of your face and put that onto your My Player. The scan itself took like 30 seconds, a majority of the time was waiting for it to download. It's super easy, my scan looks exactly like me, it was actually kinda creepy. If you want a good gauge and don't just want to take my word for it, you can find a video on my channel that has my face in it, or check my Twitter account that is a link down below. Now you're probably wondering where I'm going with all of this, which is a fair question to ask. Making this scan, seeing how cool it was, having it be so easily and accessible, it just made me question why this feature seems to be locked to sports games only. Personally, if this existed in other games like Destiny, I would put myself in that game in a heartbeat. I know you wouldn't be able to make yourself an exo or something, but making a human or even an awoken, applying scars and face paints or tattoos to myself would just be a really nice feature to have. Not to mention, I don't think it would be that hard. I could be wrong, but putting something that's been in these sports games for multiple years now into other games just seems like a no-brainer. Obviously, we aren't aware of what the character customization is going to be like in Destiny 2, but if it's the same as Destiny 1, then people won't be too happy. I feel like most of the time, the character creation part of these games, not just Destiny, is lackluster, which is a bummer to me because I feel like it's more important to your overall connection with the game as a player than developers realize. Recently I made a video on how Guardians won't have a voice in Destiny 2, and quite a few people justified it because the Guardian you're playing as is supposed to be you. And I feel like allowing you to make your character look like you instantly makes you more attached to them. Now I know this feature isn't necessary. I also understand that this is especially so in a game like Destiny, where you have your helmet on all the time. I just thought it would be cool and was interested in seeing if you guys thought the same way. So let me know down in the comments if Destiny 2 or other similar MMO RPG-ish games had this feature. Would you utilize it? Why or why not? Like I said, I wanted to keep this one short and sweet. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm pretty under the weather right now. I've got another video coming out soon, either Friday or Saturday this week. It's not another episode of the Mystery Behind, but it is still a theory, so I'm hoping you all enjoy that whenever I finish it. But that's all I've got, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.